everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dora and I'm here today to give you this really nice, natural and wearable makeup look. This whole look was created using the Beauty Bay and Mmmmitchell palette. This is a very Instaglam cut crease Rio de Janeiro festival pride makeup look, and I really hope you enjoy it. Right, I just went off camera to do my brows. I'm really struggling at the moment to get my brows like in a position that I want them. I think they've just grown out so much that I just can't really keep on top of them anymore. So sorry about that. I've prepped my eyelids using the foundation stick from Revolution in F2 and just a pressed powder to get it looking all soft and smooth and chalky and, you know, all that business. Now, because it's my favourite, I'm going to go in with the Mmmmitchell palette. And I'm going to start by taking a mix of the colour Mist and Moody Mitch and intensify that in this inner upper brow area. I've got new jeans on and I'm bloody terrified of getting all this shit all over my hands. All over my jeans! Got my bib now. Make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, it's got toothpaste on it. That does not look like toothpaste, does it? And then just over those edges, I'm taking Modest, which is like a colour really close to my skin tone, and just blending that out. I've got a video coming for you soon. It might already be up, I don't know yet, but it's of all of the useless shit I have bought since lockdown, and I'll tell you this for free, I could have bought a Versace dressing gown with the amount of shit I've bought in lockdown. That is for sure. I've spent so much money, and every now and then I'm just lying in bed at night and I think, you know what I really need? Blank. And the next day, Amazon have brought it. Then I'm just going to blend that blue into Morgan, which is the really, really bright purple shade here. Whenever I use purple or red shadows, I always use a shitty old brush because it stains and doesn't come out. And you can see a bit of pinky purple left in this brush from a previous endeavour. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. So you're just going to start by packing that on the area you want it. So I'm taking this batty boy up high today. It's just the only way to do it, you know? And I'm not even really blending it. I'm just patting, like finger painting. I'm just popping it over where that blue and purple meet. And then just as I did with the blue, I'm then going to take a small little brush, a small brush, what brush? This brush, I think, and just wiggle that over the edges. And you'll see where the two are blending, you get sort of like a different shade. It's a colour wheel. We've got a rainbow. And then to blend the purple into a colour, we're taking the colour Morning Glory, which is this like neon bright pink, and then I'm going to blend that out on the edges with probably a bit of Milkshake and Mr. H. And just again, I'm just going to start by stamping that product before starting to wiggle it, and I'm going to take this out into the biggest fat boy wing you have ever seen in your Instagram life. I've just received some Zara clothes in the post. Now these will all be included in the haul. But I am so bad. When I get new clothes, I swear to God, I wear them. I don't take them off. As soon as something arrives, I got a fleece delivered last week and I think I wore it every single day. I'm honestly so bad. Until something is like, that needs to go in the wash, I just keep wearing it. I just don't, whenever I get something new, I just get so excited. I just want to wear it. And then just as I said, taking those lighter two pinks, I'm just gonna wiggle that over the edge. I look like I've got crazy brows right now. Love it. Bringing that nice and far out. Far out, dude. I'm just going to go back in with a bit of the blue just to really intensify that in the inner corner. Want to make sure that's reading nice and blue and not too green. We'll clean up the fact that this is coming onto my nose in a minute, okay? Lovely. And then I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to cut it. And then on my lid, I'm going to do like orange, yellow, red. And this is going to be so RuPaul. You're not going to know what hit you. I'm going to use this brush. Now this is the Fillet Chocopan brush. And I'm going to go back in with that Revolution foundation stick to cut out that lid. And I'm going to bring that inner corner like nice and rounded. And then just where that brush is a little bit too big, I'm just going to take an angled brush and make sure that edge is nice and smooth. I'm just going to do the other eye as well, because if I just did one eye, that would look ridiculous. Okay guys, I'm going to be real with you. I went in a bit trigger happy on this side, but we'll sort it out. In the end, this is going to look delicious. Utterly delicious. Then just taking that pressed powder, I'm going to set that concealer in place. I'm going to run out of brushes if I keep using a different brush. I'm not. I was going to say if I use a different brush for each colour, but I have an unhealthy addiction to makeup brushes. I'm going to go in with the colour Manchester, which is this top bright yellow, and start putting that in this inner corner here. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is lush. That is proper lush. Whenever I say lush, it reminds me of in Gavin and Stacey, when Stacey's like, has your granddad died? No, that's Northern Welsh, a little bit of Welsh, Barry Island. I'll tell you for why, Gwen. Has your granddad died? No, I can't do it. I can't get it. But she says, has your granddad died? And Gavin says, both my grandparents are dead. And she says, oh, that's lush. There we go. Oh, that's lush. Over. Now, it doesn't matter if you sort of go into that blue a bit, because it'll make, you guessed it, green. And what does a rainbow have in it? Green. Then the next colour we're going to go in with is Mental, which is the bright orange colour closest to my noggin. And just using the same brush this time, because we won't need that yellow again. I'm just going to pack that right on top of where that yellow is. I don't know if that's orange enough, you know. That looked really bright orange, but in the pan, but on my eye, that looks red. Oh, God. Well, now we're screwed, aren't we? How will we ever recover from this? Let me think. What other palettes do I have that have orange in them, but like a bright orange? I don't know, you know. That is not the orange I was going for, though. This is like, I mean, I guess it is orange, but it just doesn't look as bright as the other colours. Does it? I mean, I guess on camera, actually, it does, so maybe we'll just ignore how anal I'm being about the rainbow. Taste the rainbow! And just to blend that in a bit, I'm going to go back in with Manchester and just pop that over that line so it doesn't just look like a traffic cone. And next we're going in with the colour Mad, which is like a red, but it's slightly like pinky tone, so I might mix a bit of Muse in with it. And I'm just going to take that again on that same brush, because Mama didn't raise a bitch. I actually don't know if anyone knows that but me. I used to work at a special behavioural school, and there was a girl there who, before an exam, she was putting on false nails, and I was like, maybe you want to do that after the exam, because it'll be more difficult to write with. And she was like, Mama didn't raise no bitch. And that really stuck with me, because I would never have done that before an exam. Okay, now to sharpen this all up, we're going to add a fat boy black wing going out here, and it's going to like go to plum at the end, and then we're going to blend out those edges with the bright pink. I'm loving this. How extra, you know? Okay, so I'm just going to take an angled brush and the black eyeshadow in the same Mmmmitchell palette. And then I'm going to look forward and see where my pupil is and start bringing a wing right across that eyeball. And bringing it up. And bringing it in. That was easy, wasn't it? I won't be able to do it again on the other side, but that seemed pretty easy. Now over the end of that wing, I'm going to go in with Motto, which is like a dark plummy purple. and just stamp that over the edge of that wing, just to give it a bit of a purple hue. So when I blend it out, it doesn't look so black. This looks, I promise you, we're going to rectify this, okay? Don't panic. Don't panic, Dora, don't panic. I'm just gonna wiggle that over that black eyeshadow. And then taking a clean pencil brush, I'm gonna go back in with that really bright purple to pop that in this area. And then on the other side, I'm gonna go back in with that bright neon pink. Oh, there's fallout. Oh, don't go on my jeans. And really smush that on top of where that black is, and we'll blend it all in. Lovely. Oh, lovely. So for my lashes today, I'm going to take these Amazon ones. It's just from the normal set that I use, and these are nice, big, fluffy, sort of like cluster style lashes. And just a bit of my vegan lash glue, and then I'm going to curl my eyelashes and pop some mascara and stuff on while they dry. I honestly recommend this lash glue so much. It's like £4 or £5, I think, from Amazon, and it is just the best. Once you go duo, you never go Primark ever again. Some of my friends use the Primark eyelash glue, and they are more skilled than I am, because that stuff I honestly couldn't get. You know, in like Art Attack, where they put the bits of like cardboard together and it would just stick, and they'd be like, oh, just use a bit of glue, and then they'd stick it together and it would just automatically stick. Well, for some reason, that's what duo glue does for me. And then a bit of my Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit. While that's all, you know, drying and settling in and having a family, I'm going to take a clean brush if I can find one. This little tiny brush. And I'm just going to really gently rub off on the back of my hand if necessary. Wiggle over this edge. Now this is probably a really unnecessary step, but it just means that that edge is gonna be nice and smoky, even though there's not really an edge there between the brow. I just want it to be blended, you know? Right, I've just quickly wiped away all of that fallout and just sharpened up. Oh, I feel like a parrot. I feel like a peacock. Okay, so now we're just gonna go onto our skin. I'm not doing anything too mad today. We're just gonna basically do a base. So I'm just gonna pop a bit of moisturizer on. This is the Neutrogena Hydro base. What foundations am I gonna mix together today? I think I'm gonna mix 3 foundations together today, just because I can. We're gonna mix together the Fit Me foundation, which is nice and light. This is in the 97 colour. The Superstay foundation, which is a bit dark for me. This is 32 Sand. And then LA Girl Pro Coverage in Neutral. Lovely. I'm going to take my Sephora 112 Silk Finish brush and blend that. Oh God, yeah, I knew this mix would work together. Sometimes I love mixing a foundation. I can't explain to you how much I love mixing a foundation, just because every foundation has a different property, a different way in the world. It wants to do a different thing, and by mixing them together, you get the best of both worlds. Under my eyes, I'm going to take my Maybelline Superstay Fit Me Concealer in 10. And just buff that in with my foundation brush. If nothing, just to add a little bit of coverage over sort of my cheeks, around my mouth and down my nose. And then using my I need to wash this. This is just very dirty foundation stick in F13. I'm going to try not to put too much on my face because this is melted beyond belief. And I'm just going to set that in place so hard with some translucent powder. And I'm just going to take a powder puff to do that. Then I'm just going to take my Spectrum AO4 brush with just any extra and just brush all of that away. That was just like a miniature bake. Like, that was more like a microwave, you know, rather than a bake. So for underneath my eye, the one colour I feel like I'm really, really missing, I don't know why I'm doing this, is green. So I'm going to take green underneath this inner corner of my eye and take the colour Shmoney from the Mmmmitchell palette. Oh yeah. You know the saying, guys, what comes up must come down. And then I'm also going to take the colour Mardy, which is like a slightly darker green, just next door. And then a bit of blue, the light and dark blue I used. And then I'm going to blend that into purple to pink. Taking my big brush from before that had the Morning Glory colour, I'm going to blend that around the edge of this wing. I'm loving that. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that pressed powder and just clean up those edges. I feel like I want that clean again. I've blended that up, but I don't actually like that. Shall I clean it up again, even though I've powdered like immeasurably? I think I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna go back in with, I don't like what I've done to those edges. So I'm just gonna go back in. And clean that edge up. Okay, let's hope to God that this blends out. Yeah, that looks cute. That's where we're going. I'm going to put some black liner in my lash line and then put some mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm going to take my Butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. And just carve out my face a bit, really. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go back into that really light sort of pink colour called Mr. H and use that as my blush. Just to sort of bring in some of the colours from the eyes onto my face. And I'm not being shy today. I'm going in with enough blush, you know? And then I'm just going to add a few freckles just with a tiny little paintbrush. And I'm just going to add like my normal 3, which is one above the brow, one in the middle of the cheek, and one up here. Cute. And then I'm going to highlight my face with the colour Muffin, which has got like a pink shift to it. It's a bit fallouty, but it's gorge. Cheddar gorge. And I'm just going to highlight my wee nose, or my gross nose, which is big nose in German for anyone who doesn't speak Deutsch. I'm also going to take that on that tiny little brush I use just to blend out the edges and highlight this inner corner slightly. Then I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I've kept this box because I just feel it's bougie, you know, to keep a box. And you know when people like cover their eyes? Well, I'm going to do that. That didn't work. I didn't cover my eyes. Lovely. Then I'm just going to take my favourite nude lip pencil, which is called Toffee from Primark. And I'm not overlining my lips too much today because I feel like the party, I mean, it's all up here, isn't it, really? And then I'm just taking the colour Thrill Seeker, which is also a Primark lipstick. My lips are pretty crusty at the moment, so sorry if you can see little bits of crust. I love that lip combination. And because the eyes are so big, I'm not going to put a gloss or anything on those lips. I'm just going to leave them as is. We are all finished. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is quite a different sort of thing for my channel, I guess. This will be the first rainbow sort of really out there Instagram sort of makeup. I'll do a little close-up for you. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all of that good shizzle. I love you all very much. Bye.